He landed in front of the White House. The ground cracked for miles. The clouds froze above him as the cosmic king touched Earth's air. "You think this world is yours?" he asked, and the oceans shivered. Superman's eyes burned gold, and the sky turned red. Cities watched from rooftops as hope punched a god. But the cosmic king didn't move. He absorbed the sunlight. The sun dimmed. Plants wilted. Children cried without knowing why. And in 1 second, Earth saw what it meant to lose Superman. The first sign wasn't fire. It was silence. Every bird above Metropolis froze mid-flight. Every light in Times Square flickered, then died. And for the first time in human history, the sun dimmed at noon. Across the city, shadows stretched too far. Street lights flickered on instinctively, though no one had flipped the switch. Then came a sound, a low, thunderless pulse that rippled through glass and bone alike. People ran to rooftops, phones in hand, eyes raised. Something was inside the sky, not falling, emerging. A streak of molten light cracked through the clouds, then peeled open like skin. A man-shaped figure stepped through the tear, tall, glowing, eyes burning white with no pupils. And behind him, the clouds caught fire. Superman was already there. He hung above the city like a silent statue, cape burning orange from the heat of his own flight. He could feel it before he saw it. The wrongness in the air, the absence of warmth in his cells. His skin prickled. His heartbeat slowed. The sun wasn't feeding him anymore. Then the being spoke, and the air itself carried his voice. "Your world burns too bright. I will balance it." The words weren't heard. They were felt. Vibrations echoed through every concrete wall, every nervous heartbeat. The figure descended, bare feet leaving black marks on the pavement of the White House lawn. Cameras turned. Soldiers aimed. Reporters screamed. Superman landed 10 feet in front of him, the ground cracking from impact. "Who are you?" "I am what your son fears to become," the stranger said. "The Cosmic King." He raised his hand toward the sky, and daylight bled. The sun dimmed further. Shadows thickened. Heat vanished from the air. Across the world, power grids failed. Planes lost altitude. Solar panels turned to glass. Superman lunged first. The shockwave shattered every window within miles. The Cosmic King barely tilted his head as Superman's fist collided with his jaw, a strike that would have broken a moon. No effect. Superman blinked, then hit him again, harder. The second blow turned the lawn into a crater, trees incinerating in the blast. But the Cosmic King stood untouched, still smiling faintly. "You carry your star inside you, Kryptonian," he said. "And I am hungry." He reached out and placed one finger on Superman's chest. The S symbol sizzled, smoke rising. Superman staggered back, feeling his strength evaporate. His cells, his power source, the sun itself, was being drained. He flew upward, desperate. The king followed without movement, floating as if gravity itself obeyed him. Superman punched again, faster, harder, with bursts of sonic thunder between every strike. Lightning crackled across the sky. The sound tore through clouds and windows alike. But the king's expression didn't change. He simply absorbed the blows like sunlight. And then he opened his mouth. A single breath left his lips, and the clouds turned to ash. Superman was thrown miles back, crashing through buildings, tearing across the Potomac, landing hard in a field that instantly froze under him. He coughed blood, Kryptonian blood, glowing faintly gold before fading to red. He stood. "You're on my planet," Superman growled. "No," the king replied, appearing behind him without sound. "Your planet is on my plate." The air turned heavy. The temperature dropped 30 degrees in seconds. Frost began to crawl across the surface of the Potomac, and Superman's breath came out visible, something that never happened before. He charged again, faster. He broke the sound barrier in a heartbeat, wrapped his arms around the king, and flew straight upward, breaking through clouds, atmosphere, the edge of space. From below, the world watched a single streak of light cut through the sky, red and gold, ascending like a comet. "Go, Superman, go," people shouted from rooftops, unaware that their sun was fading faster every second. They reached the edge of space. The king raised his hand, fingers curling slightly. Instantly, Superman froze midair, choking, motionless. The king's eyes glowed brighter. "Your light is borrowed. I will return it." And then the sun screamed. It wasn't sound. It was vibration, seismic, solar. NASA satellites caught the flare pattern, a dark wave emerging from within the sun's core. Every camera watching Earth's orbit flickered, turned to static. Superman tried to fly, but his body convulsed. He looked down at his hands. The glow beneath his veins was gone. He was losing his solar charge, drained directly into the Cosmic King's veins. "Stop. You can't stop balance," said the king. He twisted his hand, and Superman's body was thrown down, plummeting toward Earth like a meteor. The impact shook the East Coast. Craters opened, waves split rivers. Superman's cape was torn to threads, his suit scorched. He lay in the center of a smoking crater, breathing in dust. Above him, the Cosmic King floated down slowly, barefoot, perfectly calm. He looked up at the dim sky, then back at Superman. "You are the symbol of light," he said softly. "Then let your fall mark the sun's end." Superman tried to speak, but his lungs burned. He reached for the sky and saw the sun flicker one last time. Darkness spread. The entire East Coast lost daylight. Billions watched through black screens as Earth entered unnatural night. And from the center of that darkness, Superman's faint heartbeat echoed like thunder. One last rhythm, before even that was swallowed by silence. Then came the whisper, a voice not from space, but from the sun itself, channeling through static and broken satellites. "You're not Earth's savior, you're its offering." The feed cut. The world fell quiet. The sun dimmed by 14%. NASA confirmed it, and the world panicked. The news anchor on every channel repeated the same sentence. "We are experiencing a rapid solar blackout, and we don't know why." Crops wilted in minutes. Solar farms failed instantly. In Dubai, 50 degrees Celsius dropped to 6 degrees Celsius by evening. In New York, a boy watched his shadow disappear. He reached for it. His mom pulled him inside. But above them, in silence, Superman rose from a wreckage, his chest still smoking. The S no longer gold, just charred ash. His vision blurred. He looked toward the sky and didn't feel warmth. His powers weren't just fading. They were being taken. He tried to ascend again, muscles trembling, but barely made it above the buildings before stalling midair. And then he heard it, laughter. Not cruel, not loud, just calm. The Cosmic King floated through the city like a ghost, no cape, no weapon, barefoot, gliding 2 inches above the asphalt. His fingers traced the glass of a skyscraper. The windows melted. A helicopter hovered nearby, wham, crushed in one thought. Superman charged again. He screamed mid-flight, fists forward, sonic speed. Buildings cracked from the pressure, but the Cosmic King raised a single hand. Superman collided midair and stopped, frozen like a statue. Time around them rippled. The king leaned in. "Still trying to save something that's already mine?" He flicked Superman on the forehead. That flick sent him crashing through 5 buildings in a line, until his body skidded to a stop on 5th Avenue. Cars flipped. Concrete shattered. Superman didn't get up. Lex Luthor watched the satellite feed from an underground bunker. His voice trembled as he pressed the intercom. "Don't hit him again. You're giving him what he wants." No one responded. The Cosmic King's feet touched down in Times Square. The screens had already gone black. He looked up at the empty billboards. "I have drained your star's core by 31%. When it reaches 50, Earth's magnetic field will die. When it reaches 70, your oceans will freeze. When it reaches 100, he raised both arms slowly. The ground rumbled. You'll remember what it felt like to be in the dark. Superman stood again, no longer flying, just walking. One step, then another. People hiding behind cars watched him pass. Blood ran down his lip. His right arm didn't move. He dragged it, but he didn't stop. He walked straight to the Cosmic King and said softly, "You're not from space. You're from the heart of the sun." The king nodded. and you are its shadow. Without warning, Superman punched again. Uppercut, left hook, spinning backhand. All with the rage of someone burning through the last of their soul. He grabbed the king's face and flew straight upward, screaming. And this time, the king moved. They tore through the sky, through clouds, over oceans. Superman didn't stop. Not until they were miles above Earth, just below the edge of the dead sun. But he wasn't fast enough. The king clapped once. Boom! A pulse wave exploded in every direction. And Superman fell, again, faster than before. The world saw him fall like a comet. Not glowing, just burning. He crashed in Antarctica. The ice split open like glass. Glaciers collapsed. Water vaporized. He didn't move for 17 minutes. Back in Metropolis, the wind turned metallic. Oxygen levels began to drop. Lois Lane stood on the Daily Planet roof, coat wrapped tight, fingers numb, staring at the red sky. Her phone vibrated in her hand. A message from Clark. "If I don't make it, tell John I was proud of the man he's becoming." She stared. She didn't cry. Not yet. In the Batcave, Batman scanned Superman's vitals. Heart rate, unstable. Power levels, 4%. Recovery, impossible. And still, Superman stood again. He rose from the ice, steaming. Eyes bloodshot, skin cracked. He reached for the communicator. "Bruce." "Don't," Batman replied. "You can't fight a star." "Then I'll die trying." Superman flew again, slower now, but with focus. Not toward the king, but toward the moon. The Cosmic King watched him go, curious. He didn't stop him, because he didn't have to. Within minutes, the moon's surface cracked. Superman crashed onto it hard, knees first, fists grinding into dust. He began charging, absorbing every last solar particle embedded in the rock over millennia. The moon turned dimmer. His veins lit gold again, just barely. Teeth gritted. He whispered, "Just one more shot." And from Earth, everyone saw the moon flicker. Then a gold line streaked across the sky, Superman returning like a meteor, this time with a roar. He collided with the Cosmic King with a shockwave that knocked satellites out of orbit. The pavement around them folded. Every window in Manhattan shattered. The king moved, stumbled. People watching from rooftops cheered. Yes, yes, he hit him. Superman grabbed the king by the throat, pushed him through 4 buildings, through the Lincoln Tunnel, into the Hudson River. Steam rose for miles. The king emerged. And this time, he looked angry. "You broke the silence," he said. And then he reached up. Everyone looked to the sky. The sun was no longer yellow. It was going dark red. Superman froze. He felt it in his chest, like a heart attack through his entire body. Then came the scream. Not from the king, not from Superman, but from the sun itself. A solar scream, louder than thunder, heard only in the soul. The Cosmic King looked around at Earth and said, "Now I begin the harvest." He pointed one finger toward the sun. The last beam of light shot toward him, through Earth's atmosphere, directly into his chest. The sun went completely dark. Superman fell. Again, no power, no light, no time. And as he crashed one final time, deeper than before, into Earth's crust, the world saw only one thing. The sun was gone. The Cosmic King had claimed it. And Earth was now his feeding ground. The sun was gone. Not dim, not behind clouds. Just gone. The sky turned black at noon. No stars, no warmth. Just a crushing emptiness that felt like the end of time. Children screamed without knowing why. Birds dropped from the sky. Crops died in minutes. Aurora lights slithered above cities that had never seen them. The Earth's magnetic field began to collapse. Batman watched seismic monitors spike. He didn't blink. "We're past planetary emergency," he muttered. "This is extinction countdown." He tapped into lead channels. "All members, do not engage the target directly. He consumes energy. The more power you give him, the stronger he gets." Too late. Wonder Woman had already reached him. She stood at the base of a fallen monument, lasso ignited, shield raised. She didn't wait. She struck with the speed of gods, a blade blessed by Zeus slicing through reality. The Cosmic King caught the sword between two fingers. The metal melted in seconds. Diana's eyes widened, then narrowed. She headbutted him. Once, twice, 3 times. The ground split. Lightning cracked the sky. Then he raised his palm, and her armor turned to dust. Her body hit the ground like a meteor, carving a trench through miles of broken earth. She didn't move. In orbit, Green Lantern dove in. He's solar-powered? Fine. Let's drop him into a black hole. He summoned every ounce of willpower and created a singularity cannon, the kind that warps gravity. Before he fired, the king looked up and blinked once. The ring shattered. The construct collapsed. The suit fell apart midair. John Stewart fell from the sky, screaming. He barely survived the crash. Then came Flash. A red lightning streak circled the Cosmic King at Mach 25. Faster than light, faster than thought. Barely vibrated molecules ran across buildings, through atoms, through seconds. He whispered, "If I go fast enough, maybe I can undo this." He pushed harder, harder. Blood came from his ears. His fingers cracked. He screamed through the speed force. Then, the king held up one hand, flat, palm facing forward. Everything stopped. Flash froze mid-step, not like a statue, like a corpse, still breathing, but paralyzed. He couldn't even fall. His body hung suspended above the king like a broken clock hand. And then silence again. Batman whispered into the comms, "He's not killing them. He's pausing them, like toys." The Cosmic King walked through Times Square, not a scratch on him, as if no god had touched him. He turned to the people watching from shattered windows. "You worship false suns, false heroes, false gods." He looked up at the black sky. "I've removed the lie. Now live in truth." He raised his hand. From every solar panel, from every satellite, from every digital screen on Earth, energy pulsed upward. Not light, not electricity, life. He was draining it. Inside the watchtower, Cyborg collapsed. His circuits fried. Victor Stone screamed as part of him was ripped away. In Atlantis, the ocean boiled. Aquaman rose from the depths, riding a beast no human had seen, a leviathan summoned from ancient myths. He launched it at the king. The king opened one hand. The creature disintegrated midair, its bones turning to particles. Aquaman roared, then vanished into the river of white-hot plasma the king unleashed without a word. In Gotham, the Batwing powered up. Batman had one last contingency, a kryptonite core weapon, calibrated for Superman-level solar beings. He flew toward Manhattan, night vision only, no solar tracking. He pressed the trigger midair. The missile struck the Cosmic King in the chest, and for the first time, he flinched. Just slightly. Batman's heart raced. "I saw that. I saw that." The king turned to the sky. He looked curious. Then he vanished. Just blinked out of sight. Batman froze. He looked around. Radar, nothing. Cameras, static. He turned the Batwing upward. The king was already on top of the jet. One hand pressed against the hull. "You bring poison." The jet melted. Batman ejected. Mid-air. Parachute burst open. The king watched him fall, then spoke quietly. "You at least knew better than to fight me directly." The king didn't follow. He didn't need to. Back on Earth, Superman crawled out of the crust. He wasn't glowing anymore. He looked more human than ever. Dust on his lips, blood in his teeth. His cape was gone. His boots cracked. And yet he stood. He walked through the broken battlefield. Flash, frozen mid-step. Wonder Woman, unconscious. Lantern, unconscious. Cyborg, powered down. Aquaman, missing. He dropped to his knees beside Flash. Tears welled in his eyes. "I wasn't fast enough to protect you." Then he looked up. The king stood on top of the ruined Metropolis clock tower and spoke to him directly. "They all gave you their faith. You gave them sunlight. I took both." Superman didn't yell. He whispered, broken. "Why Earth?" "Because Earth believes in the illusion of light." Superman clenched his fists. Not powered fists. just fists. "You want light," he whispered. "I'll give you the last of it." He launched into the air, dragging the last ounce of solar charge inside him. It set his body on fire mid-flight. He became a comet of dying gold. He collided with the king one last time, and this time he didn't bounce. They both vanished into the atmosphere, screaming through the edge of space. Every human looked up and prayed. There was no more flight left in him, only falling. Superman crashed into the upper stratosphere with the cosmic king locked in his arms. His suit burned away. His skin cracked like stone under pressure. But he didn't let go. The sun above them was a dead hole in the sky, cold, red, silent. "You think you've won," Superman rasped, blood mixing with ash. "But you've never fought for something that can die." The cosmic king didn't answer. He didn't need to. His eyes turned gold, feeding on the last ambient photons around them. Superman could feel the theft happening in real time, his strength draining, his breath thinning, his heartbeat slowing. But he held on tighter. He dragged them both higher, past orbit, into the shadow of the dead sun. Earth was a blue marble behind them. He looked one last time. He remembered John's laugh, Lois's eyes, his father's voice, Martha's hands. The first time he wore the cape. The first time someone called him Hope. That word felt far away now. Superman's chest glowed faintly, not bright, just a flicker, a trembling pulse. The last remaining piece of solar energy stored deep in his Kryptonian core. He had one choice: burn it all, or let the earth die cold. The king sensed it. He pulled back, but Superman didn't let him. He grabbed his neck, looked him straight in the eye, and whispered, "If you want the sun, take it from me." Then his body erupted. The energy of a collapsing star, all focused inward, not as a weapon, but as a sacrifice. A nuclear heartburst exploded from within him. It spread across space like wildfire, not destruction, restoration. The sun caught it. The flicker became a flare. The flare became fire. The fire became a second sunrise. And in an instant, the sun reignited. Across Earth, light returned like a slap. Cities blinked awake. Power returned. Warmth filled lungs. Oceans thawed. Crops straightened. People screamed, not in fear, in joy. They didn't know why. They just knew the sky was bright again. But in space, only one figure drifted. Charred armor floated beside the ruins of the Cosmic King's frame, dissolving like cinders in the light. His body was dust. He never screamed. He simply unraveled. And Superman was gone. No body, no cape, just a trail of golden light that circled the sun once, then vanished into it. Back on Earth, Batman stood at the Watchtower console, reading stable. Sun reignited. Justice League alive. But one signal remained blank. Kal-El. Lois Lane stood alone in the Daily Planet office. The sun lit her face. Her phone screen flickered, then turned off permanently. She didn't need a message. She already knew. The world would say he died saving them. But she knew better. He didn't die a god. He lived as a man, one who gave everything to protect a world that never belonged to him, but loved him like it did. Morning came back to Earth like it was owed. Cities lit up. Streets flooded with people holding their children, looking at the sky, waiting to see the one face that always returned after the fight. But he didn't. No figure hovering above the skyline. No red cape blowing over the sun. Just daylight. Real. Warm. Alive. The news called it a cosmic flare reversal. Scientists called it a solar reignition anomaly. The people only called it Superman. No one had seen him since. Batman never confirmed his death. He didn't need to. He stood at the Watchtower, staring at the sun. He'd analyzed the last solar pulse frame by frame. Inside the explosion, for less than 1 second, Superman's outline could be seen, arms outstretched, light pouring from his chest, as if he'd offered everything. And in the next frame, he was gone. Not torn apart, not burned, just absorbed into the light he gave back. Across the world, the League recovered. Diana's arm was in a sling, her tiara scorched. She said nothing for days. When she finally spoke, she whispered, He didn't die saving us. He died proving we were still worth saving. Flash sat in the hospital, motionless, unsure why his speed failed. Deep down, he knew the truth. The moment he froze, the sun had blinked. Cyborg repaired his systems, but left one glitch untouched, a soft golden glow in his core. It wasn't code. It was residue, radiation, hope. In Gotham, Batman placed a sliver of Superman's melted crest in the wall of the Batcave. Not as a symbol, as a warning. Even gods burn, he said alone. At the Fortress of Solitude, the crystals hummed quietly. One chamber stayed sealed, glowing faintly. Inside it, a single recording repeated every 24 hours. If this plays, I'm gone. Don't mourn me. I didn't fall. I chose to rise for all of you. Metropolis held a memorial, not a funeral, just a moment. The sky turned gold for 1 hour. The world stopped, not to cry, but to remember. Children in capes ran through parks, shouting his name. Fathers held their sons tighter. Mothers looked up and smiled at the sun like it was alive again. And Lois Lane sat in silence at the roof of the Daily Planet, the wind brushing her hair. She wore his dog tag around her neck. Every morning she came here. Every morning the light hit her the same way. And every morning she whispered, he was never just Kryptonian. He was ours. The world didn't just remember Superman. It felt him. In the warmth, in the light, in the way the sun never flickered again.